Zarbon is a member of the Frieza Force. He is a cunning warrior who serves alongside Dodoria as one of the two highest-ranking generals and Frieza's right-hand man. Zarbon is an elite warrior who values beauty and his physical appearance above all else. He is considered very handsome. He has long braided green hair and his tiara and earrings are reminiscent of his former status as a high-class prince. He is very vain and considers himself to be of the highest standard due to his education and good looks. His light blue skin and golden eyes indicate his reptilian alien ancestry. He also wears a long light blue cape, as well as pink leg warmers, blue leg warmers, and blue underwear. Along with his choice of clothing, he wears the common armor that most of Frieza's military have, including shoulder pads and a blue scouter. Like Dodoria, he is intelligent and advises Frieza to think ahead and eliminate the Scion race to avoid future repercussions. That being said, he also had some qualms about pursuing genocides, mainly due to pragmatism, as he initially thought it might have been unnecessary to proceed with the planned genocide against the Scions since King Vegeta and his elites were killed by Frieza. Told him otherwise. His resourcefulness and cunning are witnessed on numerous occasions when he directly advises Frieza on matters relating to conquest, plunder, or general domination of the interplanetary world trade system. In addition to his role as Frieza's advisor, Zarbon dislikes his own transformation due to his unusual appearance, which he considers ugly, showing himself to be vain and only transforming as a self-defense mechanism. When he transforms, his battle power increases immensely. After the transformation, he referred to his original form as the Beauty Side and introduced the new form as the Beast, a reference to the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast. Despite disliking the form due to its ugliness, he shows pride in the level of power it gives him. While in form, he becomes much more violent and confident. He values beauty, especially his own, above all else. He shows a reluctance to tarnish his appearance in any way, which causes him to refuse to look for a lake to retrieve Vegeta's body due to his hair getting wet. He, like Frieza's other henchmen, sometimes underestimates his opponents. It is shown many times that Zarbon is very afraid of Frieza, as are many of Frieza's henchmen. Despite being Frieza's advisor and high-ranking commander, Zarbon is still considered expendable by Frieza, which is shown with Frieza becoming increasingly frustrated and threatening to kill him as the saga progresses. He was also willing to betray Frieza if it would benefit him, as potentially implied just before Vegeta finished him off, where he offered an alliance to take down Frieza, although the Japanese version implies this was just an attempt to get Vegeta to hold back his attack, rather than a sincere wish due to him still referring to Frieza as Frieza-sama during this time, and confirmed in the What If Beautiful Treachery saga where he backstabbed his fellow Lieutenant Dodoria and even instigated a fight between Frieza and Cooler specifically so he could inherit eternal youth to maintain his handsome appearance, which ended up backfiring on him when he ended up dying from the destruction of Namek that he indirectly caused in the fight. Like Dodoria, Zarbon dislikes Scions, although he seems to have a particular dislike for Vegeta, perhaps due to his attitude. Vegeta claims that Zarbon spent many years mocking him, which is also shown in a flashback with Zarbon referring to Vegeta as a monkey. Zarbon appears to be one of the more humane soldiers in the Frieza Force, as he is not as sadistic as Dodoria or Chui. He only seems to work for Frieza out of fear. On the other hand, he presents an arrogant attitude due to his vanity and sense of superiority. Before King Cold's retirement, Zarbon served under King Cold as a member of the Cold Force along with Dodoria and the Jinyu Force. After King Cold retired and handed over control to his son Frieza, the Cold Force was renamed the Frieza Force and Zarbon finally began serving Frieza alongside Dodoria. Because of his great power and intelligence, Zarbon, along with Dodoria, became one of Frieza's two highest-ranking attendants/officers by chain of command, as well as Frieza's personal advisor, effectively making him Frieza's right-hand man. Frieza. At some point, he learned about Frieza's transformation ability, making him one of the few people to have ever learned any of Frieza's transformations. When King Vegeta rebelled against Frieza and demanded an audience, Zarbon reported the situation to Frieza. Although Frieza briefly paused and made Zarbon repeat himself, Frieza then responded, after a sarcastic reference to his own audience, stating that he let the Scions in. Zarbon then witnessed Frieza easily kill King Vegeta in battle, alongside the latter's Scion elites soon after. When Frieza suggested burning down Planet Vegeta, Zarbon then asked him if it was really necessary to go through such an action due to King Vegeta being dead, with Frieza reminding him that the other Saiyans will likely follow King Vegeta's example if they do so. This, especially if they learn of his death, causing Zarbon to admit that Frieza knew what was best. Sometime later, when Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa returned from destroying Planet Shik, Zarbon, when questioned by Frieza, estimated that it would personally only take him 1 day to depopulate the planet while mocking the Saiyans for taking 3 days to do so without congratulating him. You. As the Saiyans were leaving, Zarbon made an insulting reference to Vegeta's Saiyan heritage and capabilities, which enraged the Saiyan prince enough that he barely restrained himself from turning around and attacking him in turn. Zarbon accompanies Frieza and Dodoria to Namek in search of the Namekian Dragon Balls. Frieza's only desired wish is to gain immortality to maintain his dominance in the universe. Zarbon helps him by collecting most of the Dragon Balls alongside Dodoria, mercilessly massacring the Namekians to extract information from them. Unfortunately for Frieza, Vegeta appears on planet Namek with his own desire to gain control of the Dragon Balls. Vegeta openly betrayed Frieza and went to Earth alongside Nappa, as Frieza never gave him that order. Later, after traveling to Namek, Vegeta decides to pursue his deliberate betrayal and gain control of the Dragon Balls for himself. Vegeta takes the first opportunity he has to eliminate Shui and then Dodoria, who has been temporarily separated from his crew after chasing Gohan and Krillin. At this point, Zarbon becomes Frieza's only remaining elite henchman. He and Apul are sent to search the remaining Namekian villages for the last 2 Dragon Balls. Zarbon tells Apul that they need to split up to find the villages and notify him if he finds one so he doesn't get killed by the stronger Namekians. They agree to return to the ship in 3 hours and split up. Zarbon soon comes face to face with Vegeta. Vegeta says he wants to fight Zarbon since he killed Dodoria, but Zarbon can't believe he has become so strong. Vegeta says he will make him believe. Zarbon asks Vegeta why he betrayed Frieza, and then he explains that he has always hated Frieza and how he wants eternal life for himself. If he had eternal life, Vegeta would be free from Frieza's control and his chances of defeating him would increase. Zarbon tells him that eternal life wouldn't be enough to beat Frieza, but Vegeta responds that it's a shame Zarbon doesn't have a scout, because his power has reached new heights. Zarbon tells Vegeta that he has conviction, but knows that Frieza has far transcended him. Vegeta says that the conversation is over and that he has become what Frieza fears most, a powerful Saiyan. Zarbon says that Frieza was afraid that the Saiyans would unite to take him down, but he doesn't consider just one as a threat. The two begin to fight, however, Vegeta has the advantage, dodging Zarbon's elegant blaster and dodging all of his attacks. Vegeta eventually throws Zarbon into Namek soil. After Zarbon is shaken, he informs Vegeta that he can transform, but avoids it when possible because the form he takes has an ugly appearance, which Zarbon despises. He then surprises Vegeta and undergoes his rapid demonic reptilian transformation. The situation changes when Zarbon easily overpowers Vegeta with a series of brutal punches, multiple headbutts and roundhouses. Zarbon boasts that Frieza can also transform and Vegeta doesn't stand a chance against them. After toying with Vegeta for a while, seriously beating the Saiyan, Zarbon ends the fight with an aerial pile driver, sending Vegeta head first into the ground and into the murky waters of Namek. Assuming that Vegeta died in the accident, Zarbon reports to Frieza to convey the message of his victory. When he enters his master's quarters, Frieza asks Zarbon if he found a village. Zarbon replies no, even though he defeated Vegeta. Frieza is relieved and asks if Vegeta is dead, but Zarbon confirms that he did not find the corpse, but the chances are slim considering the severity of his injuries. Frieza asks why he didn't confirm Vegeta's death, and Zarbon explains that he was underwater. Frieza imagines that Zarbon forgot to confirm because he didn't want to get his hair wet and that Vegeta could have found a Dragon Ball and hidden it. Zarbon says it was inexcusable and will confirm it immediately. In the anime, Orlan arrives at the ship and says he found a village, but it has already been destroyed and his Dragon Ball taken. Zarbon figures it must have been Vegeta and he hid a Dragon Ball. Orlan blurts out that he killed a survivor without first asking where Vegeta might have hidden the Dragon Ball, angering Frieza, who then kills Orlin without a second thought, blasting him with eye lasers as Zarbon watches in fear. Frieza tells Zarbon to bring Vegeta back to the ship, and he better still be alive or he will follow Orlin's example. He also orders Apul to contact planet Frieza and have the Jinyu force reach Namek in 5 days with replacement scouters. Zarbon freaks out and asks why he wants the Jinyu force's help, and Frieza says he has a strange premonition. A strange feeling that a strong scion exists somewhere in the universe and is destined to become your enemy and threaten your rule. Although Frieza isn't sure if it's Vegeta or not. Zarbon says that if it isn't Vegeta, then it must be the Earth scion or his half-breed son, even though they are considerably weaker than Vegeta. Frieza asks Zarbon if he doubts his premonition, who hurriedly says no, and tells him to hurry and bring Vegeta before he loses his temper, and Zarbon quickly flies away. Relieved, Zarbon returns to the battle area, locates Vegeta's beaten body, and takes him to Frieza's ship so that Apul can heal him in the ship's rejuvenation chamber for further interrogation. Apul says that Vegeta's condition is critical and that he may not survive, but Zarbon tells him to do whatever it takes to revive him. Zarbon reports to Frieza that he has captured Vegeta and is being cured for further interrogation. After healing, Vegeta leaves the tank and the explosion kills Apul. Zarbon and Frieza, upon hearing the noise, run to the treatment room. However, Vegeta blows a hole in the ship's wall as a distraction and hides. Concluding that he escaped, Frieza sends Zarbon off the ship to find him. With his captors distracted, Vegeta excitedly runs to Frieza's room, where his 5 Dragon Balls are unprotected. Zarbon searches the area near Frieza's spaceship for Vegeta, but Frieza is impatient. He blames Zarbon for Vegeta's escape and threatens to kill him if he fails to locate the Scion. Zarbon desperately asks Frieza if Vegeta is still on the ship, but Frieza angrily blames Zarbon and says it is his responsibility to find Vegeta. As Vegeta slips away unnoticed by swimming in a nearby body of water, an angry Frieza says he will search the ship's interior and orders Zarbon to search the surrounding area, promising to kill him if he does not capture Vegeta within the hour. Zarbon runs out in fear and looks for Vegeta, to avoid the serious consequences. Despite not having a scouter, Zarbon happily spots Krillin, who is carrying the 1-star Dragon Ball, and Vegeta, who is chasing him. He follows the pair to a cave that Krillin, Gohan and Bulma used as a hideout and soon challenges Vegeta once again. Bulma is instantly attracted to Zarbon's appearance, although Krillin recognizes that the warrior is Frieza's ally. With Krillin and Bulma's lives at stake, Zarbon and Vegeta face off once again. Zarbon begins to warm up against Vegeta while not transforming, though he remembers Frieza's imminent threat, and soon transforms to ensure he doesn't exceed the limited time given to him to capture the Scion. He attacks Vegeta, who dodges his first attacks before flying into the air and throwing sand into Zarbon's eyes. While Zarbon is temporarily blinded, Vegeta delivers a powerful punch to his back and knocks him into the water from above. Vegeta follows up with a series of ki blasts, seriously injuring Zarbon and damaging his armor. Krillin suggests to Bulma that they run away while Vegeta is distracted, but Bulma is afraid that Vegeta will attack them if they do. Krillin grabs her and starts to run away anyway, but Vegeta actually notices them and blocks their path with several shots. While Vegeta is distracted, Zarbon emerges from the water and flies towards him, causing the two to return to the ground. Zarbon angrily states that Vegeta will pay for what he did, but Vegeta is undeterred. Vegeta informs Zarbon that Scions get power boosts after every battle and after near-death experiences, so Vegeta's power level has increased substantially because of the beating he received from Zarbon. Although shocked, Zarbon is still convinced that he will defeat Vegeta, and the two begin fighting again. After a flurry of furious but quick blows, Vegeta slams his fist into Zarbon's stomach, shattering his armor and drawing blood. Zarbon, in a state of extreme pain and fear, claims he was just following orders and begs for his life, and even offers Vegeta an alliance against his master. However, this was just a lie to get a chance at mercy, as he still respected Frieza, made clear in the Japanese version where he used the honorific Sama in Frieza's name. He implies that if they formed an alliance together, they could defeat Frieza, but Vegeta retorts that he will show Zarbon no mercy after all the years of abuse and will finish him off with an explosion to his upper abdomen, destroying his spine. Dorsal. and sends Zarbon to a watery grave in the Namekian Sea, much to Krillin and Bulma's shock.